Chapter 18 The Peckerhead. After a while, Gabe felt like trying to lighten up the mood, seeing as how much of a mopey bastard Michael had become. So he decided to ask him about stuff Gabe knew would blow up his pride and cheer him up a bit. Hey Michael, what's the most number of dudes you've taken out all at once? Asked Gabe. Michael first shrugged, but as his moodiness began to dissolve away, he came up with a smile and began to scan his memory. Let me think. I remember how often you used to tear up the ravishes. I remember you taking out 10 of them at one time, mentioned Gabe. Yeah, no thanks to you, since you just stand idly by and watch me do it, thought Michael, but then continued to scan his memory, and after a short while, he then came up with one. Oh, I remember. I remember back in the 70s, way back, a group of boys that were called what were they called again? A group of jackasses that were into that kung fu or karate bullshit. Well, whatever they were called. I took out 30 of them, recounted Michael with a smirk. Gabe's eyes went up into the air as he tried to remember them, but then hearing Michael say he took out 30 dudes at one time made his jaw drop in disbelief, and martial artists no less. Wait, 30 guys? Really? How did you do that? Asked Gabe curiously. Dude, they were just a bunch of wimps. Yeah, but you say they knew kung fu or karate, or asked Gabe. Michael then rolled his eyes, hearing him gasp at the thought, as if though that would really matter that much. So, I know boxing, that's not a martial art? Yeah, but Gabe, what difference does it make? Asked Michael, giving Gabe a look all sore. Well, don't believe in that bullshit you see in movies or arcade games. People that know kung fu or karate ain't that tough. They ain't no ninja masters with some ancient archaic skills in roundhouse kicking a dude in the face and fucking him up. It's not magic. Not gonna give you superpowers and make you glow orange like the last dragon. So enough with this stupid Asian stereotype that karate or kung fu or whatever is like godly when it comes to unarmed combat. Roundhouse kicks to the face? Fuck that Chuck Norris bullshit, explained Michael. Fucking Chuck Norris, now there's the king of the stoic bastards I love to punch in the face. I'd Bruce Lee his ass any day. Gabe shrugged. Anyways, a lot of Asians I know are cool and normal people that don't know any of that kung fu or whatever. But as for the ones I have met and fought, I remember a group of Koreans that knew Taekwondo, and I remember how they did nothing but kicking, which is such a risky move to pull over and over again, considering how much time and energy is put into it. I might add. Plus, when you kick, you're throwing yourself off balance, leaving yourself with one leg to hold up your entire weight. And balance is everything in a fight. Those Taekwondo black belt idiots, I remember beating the fuck out of them like there was no tomorrow. Hell, I've had better fights with punks on the streets that knew nothing about that stupid shit they teach you in dojos than I have dealing with the ones that did. Honestly, I think most of those dojos are just a scam. All they do is prey upon idiots that have watched too many kung fu movies from China, which are all heavily choreographed and made to look pretty, to make someone believe that what they're being taught can do some serious damage on the streets against the likes of me. And they charge them an arm and a leg, making them think that way for those stupid lessons, but it's all bullshit, really. Although one of my buds from prison told me about kickboxing, and he said that's where it's at. And I have to agree with him from what I've seen. Gabe got the sense that Michael was breaking off from his story and felt like bringing it back on track. Yeah, but 30 of them? 30 fucking guys? How? What's the story? Asked Gabe. Well, I remember the leader. What was his name? Some Peckerhead that called himself the White Shadow or something. He picked on you, and one day I decided to go to his dojo and ask him to stop, recounted Michael. Pasty looking dude with a long ass neck, a big ass nose, a Larry Bird looking motherfucker, really. A fucking Peckerhead. Gabe's eyes lit up like a TV with scrambled reception. Really? I don't remember that, said Gabe. Yeah, they were a bunch of white boys too. Anyways, back then you did get picked on a lot, so maybe you forgot about it, explained Michael. Okay, go on, said Gabe, with a spoonful of sugar after the humiliating line Michael just fed him with. Well, when I went there, and when that Peckerhead saw me, his face then began spewing up with hate. He began foaming at the mouth just about. I'm guessing the jerk-off knew I'd come to see him over you. Oh shit. What happened next? Went Gabe. Well, I went up to him during some stupid punching practice they were doing and told him to stop picking on you. Although, when I told him, he first said he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, but then started talking mad shit to me, calling me a cocksucking asshole, and said he wanted to see how tough I really was. So what happened? Asked Gabe. What happened? The fucker went off after I called him and all his buddies a bunch of bathrobe wearing pussies, and then all hell broke out loose. You didn't get scared at all? Asked Gabe, sensing Michael was being a little too cocky with his tale, even for him. Well, yeah, I am human. I got scared of the idea of taking on 30 dudes and 9 of them being like 3rd or 5th or something degree black belts. I mean, I've seen all those kung fu movies back in the day too, and then for a second there, I did get scared that David Carradine's there were going to start jumping off a wall, so roundhouse kick me in the face or something. But when I started popping them left and right, just straight up murderizing them, I then realized how much of a joke all that karate bullshit really was, explained Michael as he began to snicker while his chest filled up with pride from his victory that day. So it's all bullshit, you say? Asked Gabe, wanting to hear what Michael's take was on the matter, since Gabe had always thought about taking karate. Well, here's the thing. Those idiots that know karate and think they're tough, the problem with them is they spend too much time in a dojo practicing when they should be practicing on the streets for real if they really want to get good at fighting. They're training in a controlled environment where nothing serious ever goes down. Unlike in dojos, on the streets you'll sometimes have psychos getting all enraged and coming at you with broken liquor bottles and knives to straight up fucking kill you. In a dojo, there's none of those dangers that can really scare a man shitless. And when it comes to real fights on the street, majority of the time, the first one that gets scared is the first one that loses. Skills ain't everything, but not getting intimidated is. Okay. Michael then turned around, getting the sense Gabe didn't completely believe him. No, really, man. I saw the truth with my own eyes that day. It was... and it was funny how they kept posing and doing those stupid stances while I was popping them. Michael then chuckled again. They go, hi-ya! And would have this stupid look on their face like that. Everybody was kung fu fighting. That song was playing in their head. And when they were done doing their thing there, I was like, okay. And I popped them in the noses as they exploded with blood, and seeing how quickly I was able to do that and how baby-faced they were, and seeing how they'd freak out by the sight of their own blood made me realize they had never really taken a punch like that before. And you need to know how to take a blow if you want to learn how to fight. Fuck, I used to get that shit all the time from my dad. Gabe shrugged again and then asked, so you just beat the fuck out of all of them? Yup, said Michael as he came up with pearly teeth. I mean, they didn't suck. I'm not saying you won't learn anything from karate or kung fu. I believe you will. The training they got looked like it was a good foundation to start off with, like boxing was for me. But until you take that know-how of how to beat the ever-loving motherfucking fuck out of a man onto the streets, I tell you straight up, Mac, you ain't jack. They knew the theory of fighting, but they didn't have the practice. You want to be the king of the block? You want to have some bitch-ass slapping in-your-face action? Then you gotta be a street fighter like me. Soul blazed Michael while doing a journey face as he came up with 2 thumbs up, pointing himself out, as his collar popped up a bit by himself simply from the purely concentrated, cocky-ass, conceited 80s awesomeness he was spewing. Gabe, on the other hand, just rolled his eyes as he saw how fast Michael was talking now while going hog wild with his lingo there, jamming way too many slang words together to make himself sound cool. Shit, man, don't start this now. It gets annoying. Well, at least he hasn't yet broken out with that stupid abstract talk like he does now and then. Half the shit he doesn't even seem like it's making much sense to him, let alone the people around forced to listen to, thought Gabe. And then went on to wonder what kid Michael was talking about that used to pick on him. Also started sensing something weirdly familiar about the story. Michael, I honestly don't remember being picked on by some karate guys. Are you serious? Asked Gabe. Michael turned around and looked at Gabe straight up. Dude, it happened. I mean, I even ended up taking on their sensei, all because of you. Some guy that looked like some evil Vietnam vet asshole that was teaching the students no mercy or some shit. Now, he was tough, but he seemed like the years have not taken him to the streets had also made him go soft. Shit, man, I beat the fuck out of him while You're the Best by Joe Esposito started playing in my head. Michael started doing a journey face again as it then came to Gabe what was so weirdly familiar about the story. Wait a second. Karate gang picking on me. Evil former Vietnam vet sensei teaching no mercy. You're the best? Dude, you're fucking thinking of the Karate Kid movie, and that song wasn't even out in the 70s. Blew up Gabe as Michael's eyes lit up. Oh shit, you're right, gasped Michael, and then shrugged and went back to smiling. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit. Gabe couldn't believe it. Hold up. Did you just rip that movie off and make up the entire story as your own just now? No, I didn't. I mean, I remember hearing that Peckerhead was picking on you, and I went out to meet him that day, and dude, there was never a gang of Cobra Kai's picking on me, okay? Michael looked flustered now. I swear, man, I'm not making it up. I went to the dojo. I told that kid, oh yeah, his name was Greg Knickerbocker, to stop picking on you. He got mad as fuck seeing me, had the entire dojo take me on. Michael then went on with the scanning and remembered some more exaggerations. Although, even though there were like 30 or 40 of them in there, the white and yellow belts did get too scared of me and chickened out once I took out all their black belts, so I really just took out 7 guys in the sense, I guess. Once Gabe had heard Greg's name, all the pieces began to fall into place. Genix? I remember him. He was actually cool with me. He was a cool guy. He never picked on me. Why would he be so mad at... And then the final piece fell into place as Gabe realized what must have happened. Oh, wait. I think I know what might have happened now. What? Asked Michael. You remember Kimberly Chambers? Asked Gabe. Kimberly Chambers? Oh, yeah, I remember her. Pretty girl next door type. A small little breast with giant missile-looking nipples attached. And damn, I remember they get bigger the more excited she get. Getting all ballistic and shit, looking like they could take out Moscow after working them over for 10 minutes. Love how she would make these yummy sounds when I would. Crazy Catholic girl, though. Like to also get choked during sex, which I really wasn't into. And would keep asking me to do it to her like that, getting really angry and feisty and sometimes demonic about it. And wow. Then there's that one time she asked if she could bring her sister into it. I mean, those two seemed like kind of like they were... Yeah, I remember her, responded Michael finally. Dude, that was his girlfriend. I remember you fucked her while she was still dating Genix, explained Gabe. She never told me Genix was... Yeah, he was. And I remember seeing him in Coney Island one night, and he looked sad and like he was going to burst into tears. I asked what was up, and he blew up on me, and he told me how he was going to fuck you up for screwing Kimmy, explained Gabe. Gabe, I swear, I don't remember Kimmy having it. Well, she did. And it was Genix, and that's why he must have gotten so mad to see you there, lashed out Gabe, as he looked like his eyes were going to roll back up into his sockets. Oh, don't give me that look. The fucker, he attacked me first. That's because you fucked his girlfriend and had nothing to say for yourself except calling him and all his buds a bathrobe-wearing pussy to his face in front of everyone at the dojo, lashed out Gabe again. Michael felt small now as Gabe blew up bigger. Dude, you fucking asshole. You fucked his girlfriend and then went over to his dojo and beat the shit out of him? You were the one messing up big time for breaking him and Kimi up? And you beat the shit out of him? And now that I think about it, I remember seeing him again with a black eye, a split lip, looking like someone had really worked him over good. I remember asking what had happened, and he said, fuck you and you bloody Shamrock, just keep away from me. So I know you definitely didn't make up that part. Wow, Michael. I don't know what to say. And for what? Because you thought he was picking on me? What made you think that? Demanded Gabe. Michael scanned his memory and came back with nothing. I don't remember. Michael, you're such a fucking asshole. This is so fucked up. Gabe then bursted out into laughter, feeling overwhelmed with disbelief. Michael just shook his head and began to feel like a royal piece of shit, realizing what he had done back then. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't know. I really... Ah, fuck it. It's ancient history now, murmured out Michael as he shrugged. A pause followed between the two as Michael began trying to recall more details. Gabe, that girl was a complete... It doesn't matter, responded Gabe. Another pause. I did beat up their sensei, though, mentioned Michael. Gabe just shook his head. I did. Did you sweep the leg? Snapped Gabe sarcastically. Shut up, concluded Michael.